His new teammates, what makes them tick, and make sure he pushes the right buttons.
Well, going into last season, Thiago Splitter accepting a 4-year, $36 million extension, Steve, from the Spurs.
A lot of people questioned the value of that contract, but Splitter more than earned it with his play throughout the regular season and in the playoffs. He's versatile, he can pass, he can defend, and even though his numbers were down a little bit last year, he made tremendous impact just in terms of their interior play.
Los Angeles with another miss. And Parker, here we go. Count that one. Parker's got 4 this quarter.
I love what they're doing, trying to put the hammer down, attacking the basket when they can.
Nelson dishes to Kobe. Kicks it out to Parsons. Shot to stop the drought. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
Chandler Parsons, until recently, had been one of the league's great bargains on his second-round contract. He found a way to supplement his earnings, though. He did some modeling for a designer clothing company. Caught some locker room grief for it, but hey, it's good work if you can get it, and I'm sure those checks kept him from being too offended by the locker room banner.
The Spurs making a switch here. Oden's checked in. It's deflected. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Here's Ginobili. He's got 8. He feeds it to Duncan. 6 on the shot clock. Oden with a screen for Duncan. And that one's good. Parker. You guys were talking about Parsons' appearance. He cut his hair off last season as a show of solidarity with a 10-year-old he'd met who was battling cancer. What a generous gesture, a great gesture, Steve, on his part.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, the two had formed a bond and both drew inspiration from each other. You love to see it, and Parsons showing not only that he's an effective player on the court, but definitely an inspiration in his community as well.
Ginobili right side. Fader on the way.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Nelson outside. Kobe a screen on Parker. Nelson the pass to Parsons. Rebound San Antonio. Let's go to our sideline reporter Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Hey, Kevin. Well, Boris Diaw grew up idolizing Magic Johnson and obsessed with passing. And close friend Tony Parker said he didn't care about stats. He was always so unselfish. After being waived by Charlotte for refusing to score more points, Diaw has found a fit with the Spurs. He said, quote, "It was always the team that made the most sense." Kevin?
He had Tony there telling him about their philosophy, Doris. What a great run. What a great run. Thank you. Brian up top to the paint. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Randall.
His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Duncan outside. Here's Ginobili. Outside Leonard. He dishes it to Parker. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
And if they know what's good for him, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball into three-point territory.
Well, you're right. Anything less than airtight defense on him will usually result in 3 points.
Kobe kicks to Nelson. That 3 off the mark. San Antonio leading by 11. Pass to Parker. Duncan with the screen for Parker. Feeds it to Duncan. 1:41 left left in the first half of the game. Off target at the rim. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Parsons dishes to Bryant. Back to Parsons. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Chandler Parsons, a second-round pick by the Rockets out of Florida back in 2011. Steve, what a find.
Yeah, I mean, from day one, he looked ready to play at the NBA level. I mean, the speed wasn't too much for him. His skill level translated beautifully, and he's improved every season. His three-point shooting is getting better, but the ability to do so many things makes him a very effective player.
Again, Duncan missing. Lakers trail by 10. Randall with a screen for Nelson. Dishes to Parsons.
Oh, stop.
Fires from deep. And the miss by Parsons. San Antonio's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Parker kicks to Duncan. Kicks it out to Leonard. Now the pass to Parker to end the drought. And he gets the jumper to drop.
Sure wish I can make some shots.
Got 9 points in the quarter.
Boy, they look helpless defensively.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Nelson against Parker. 17-foot shot on the way. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Nelson. Parker
I just
in.
gonna run away from him. That's cool.
No good on that last second attempt there. And so we wrap up the first half.
26 to 36.
Spurs out in front, up by 10. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Yeah, that's the first quarter score, man. You can't. It's just so. Oh boy. On this nasty Hall of Fame crap. I don't know why they want to keep this shit on there. It's stupid. Nah.
And the third quarter
26 to 36.
What a game for Tony Parker. He's got 14 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
Now, his outside stroke has looked really good today.
Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward. Parker out there with Martin. And it's Oden in at the 5 spot. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Martin for 3. Nelson with the rebound.
The clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Now here's the fast break. Parker leading the way. Parker right side. Pass to Oden. Outside Martin. Here's Duncan. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel. Well, Tim Duncan, in a lot of ways, the epitome of Steve's substance over style.
Yeah, no doubt, Kevin, both in terms of his game and his personality. He's just a winner and a leader, but he does it in such a quiet fashion that sometimes people forget to take notice.
Nelson kicks to Bryant. Puts it up from 12. And there's another one for the Lakers.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always. And when I think about Duncan's leadership, man, I could go on and on. I don't even know if I have enough time, but one of the things that stands out is he's never put himself above his teammates or the staff, and he allows himself to be coached extremely hard by Greg Popovich. He's relentless, dedicated, and in many ways he can lead without saying a word.
Parsons passes to Kobe. Parsons attacking. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
I'm about to put my shit on real shot percentage. Fuck.
And And he can't get the
I
first
don't really
one.
care. It's pointless to shoot on this shit.
That's off
Look
as
at this
well.
dumb
so
shit,
he misses
man.
both.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. And for the most part today, they have been. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
Parker with it. And it's Nelson picking him up. Parker dishes to Leonard. Parker kicks to Martin. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Here's Leonard. San Antonio again missing.
You talk about Duncan allowing Pop to get into him. I think really he's his own toughest critic. As great as he is, he's hard on himself. He's pushed himself to become great.
Parsons passes to Randall.
Go up.
And finished off by Parsons. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw, the defensive presence was almost non-existent. And they may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Kobe kicks to Nelson. Parsons sets a screen for Nelson. Nobody near
Hey,
Parsons.
got that perfect. Finally.
Good, and a nice assist from
Don't
Nelson.
see that no more this game.
Perfect on their first 3 shots now. That's the way to start the second half.
Nelson with the steal. And here comes Parsons leading the fast break. Kobe, no good.
Oh my God.
Just an enormous advantage for them on the boards.
Guys, the key to the lead, to me, has been they've dominated the glass. It's that simple.
Tony Parker, I don't think there's any question the best player ever to come out of France. In fact, back in the summer of 2013, he led France to the Euro Cup championship in Slovenia. Just a terrific performance there for Parker.
France has really produced some quality NBA players. You think about Boris Diaw, Nick Batum. Batum actually carried France in that title game against Lithuania.
And Kobe, here we go. No good.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
Parker dishes to Martin. Wants to get it to Duncan, and does. From close range. And good on the basket. Book it.
Oh, how I love playing this Hall of
Got
Fame.
5 points now in the quarter. And for Boris Diaw and Parker, they grew up together, and they'd won a gold medal together in the U18 European Championships.
And for 13 years, they've tried to get that second gold medal. But I'll tell you, the quality of play around the world, Kevin, just continues to get tougher and tougher. And France, definitely in that upper echelon.
Timeout called the Lakers.
So much can be said about the Spurs' dominance as a franchise. I mean, 15 straight years of winning 50 games or more during the regular season. You know, last year, they were at least 500 or better against every other team in the league, and they have been since 1976.
And the Spurs with some changes. Splitter is checked in for Odin. And it's Ginobili in for Martin. Lakers trail by 10. And guys, think about the history of the Spurs. They didn't even come into the NBA until 1976 when they made the transition from the old ABA.
Well, you talk about a fan base that is spoiled. I mean, nearly 40 years of beating every team in the league, more than they've been beaten by those teams. So just
Wide
an
open,
incredible record.
missed again. Real.
And in the paint, they have really shown some strength. Their work on the boards has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd certainly call it a mismatch, Steve, at least for today.
Ginobili misses.
Well
Okay,
contested
bro.
shot, and they did an excellent job of not fouling the shooter.
Defense is about effort and commitment and discipline. He's a good defender because of those things.